Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by tall trees, lived a curious little girl named Lila. Lila loved exploring the world around her, especially the forest near her home. Everyone in the village said the forest was magical, but no one knew why. One sunny afternoon, Lila packed her favorite snacks and decided to go on an adventure into the heart of the forest. As she walked deeper into the woods, the trees began to shimmer with tiny lights, and she heard a soft voice calling her name. "Lila, Lila, over here." Surprised, Lila followed the voice until she found a small, glowing bunny sitting on a rock. "Hello, Lila," said the bunny with a smile. "I'm Fluffy, the guardian of this magical forest." Lila's eyes widened. "A talking bunny? Wow, are you really magical?" Fluffy giggled. "Yes, and so is this whole forest. But today the forest needs your help." "What can I do?" Lila asked eagerly. Fluffy hopped closer and said, "There's a hidden flower called the star blossom deep in the forest. It only blooms once every 100 years, and it's the source of the forest's magic. But today, it's in danger because the mischievous wind sprites are trying to blow it away before it blooms." Lila was determined to help. "Show me the way, Fluffy." Together, Lila and Fluffy traveled through the sparkling forest. They crossed glowing rivers and skipped past trees with colorful leaves that sang when the wind passed through them. Finally, they reached a beautiful clearing, where the star blossom was about to bloom. But just as they arrived, the wind sprites appeared. They were tiny, playful creatures made of swirling air, laughing and zooming around the flower, trying to disturb it. Lila thought quickly. She took out her snacks, crumbly cookies and soft bread, and threw them into the air. The wind sprites loved chasing the crumbs, so they followed the treats far away from the star blossom. With the wind sprites distracted, the star blossom bloomed. Its petals sparkled like stars, and the whole forest glowed even brighter. "Thank you, Lila," Fluffy said joyfully. "You saved the magic of the forest." Lila smiled. "I'm just happy to help." As a reward, Fluffy gave Lila a tiny, glowing leaf from the star blossom. "Keep this with you," Fluffy said. "Whenever you need a bit of magic, it will remind you of this special adventure." Lila returned home, carrying the glowing leaf in her pocket, knowing that the forest would always be full of wonder, and that she was now part of its magical story. And from that day on, whenever Lila walked through the forest, the trees seemed to whisper her name, and she smiled, knowing she had a friend in the magical forest.